Three, two, one. Yeah. There we go. We're live.
We're live. I still don't see it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a. Oh, that's very good. That's a very good picture. I'm noticing the joke now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Great Modron March, a actual play 5e Dungeons & Dragons game ran by me, Jordan, with a silent PH in the middle. We are down one player tonight, but that's not going to stop us from playing a month since our last game. Thank you, December. Let's go around and meet our players. We'll start with Mr. Landry. Who are you playing?
The most terrifying giant face you've ever seen.
I could ask for a different picture, but
So no, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. My webcam is heckin' broken. It has been sort of glitching out a lot lately, and it just got a lot worse today. So I cannot use it, but I will be replacing it soon, so you won't have to see this picture for the next session. But yeah, I am Lex. I am playing Shifter, an illusionist wizard, in our game tonight.
Fantastic. And right below that face is a better face. Well, Rachel.
I don't know.
Who are you playing?
I don't know if it's better, honestly. I'm just like really enjoying the picture. Hi, I'm Rachel. And you can find me on Twitter at Rachel Elizabeth with a Z in the middle instead of an S. And I don't know, I like did the Hive social thing. That's Rachel Elizabeth. I don't know. I posted like twice. I'm playing Nyx Azra, the barbarian. Fire genasi. I can't. My brain is off. I can't. I have to put that picture away. It's distracting.
Wonderful. And last but not least, Mr. Ted. Who are you playing? What's going on?
Oh, I'm Ted, and I am playing Lagwin, the Blade Singer Elf Wizard. And I just grabbed that from his D&D Beyond character profile, and then it's just so small. So I was like, I'm just going to stretch it real big and fill the space.
There you go.
It's perfectly blurry and terrifying.
So good. Midjourney can't come up with cool stuff like that, I'll tell you. AI art. Last time on a very special, the Great Modron March. The Great Modron March is an event that occurs every 289 years to the second, but for some reason it has started 150 years too early. Modrons have poured out of Mechanus and are marching their way across the Great Wheel on a predetermined path. This path has led them through Mechanus, Arcadia, Mount Celestia, the Outlands, and now Bytopia. Our heroes have been tracking the Modrons for a while, hired by the Planner Trade Consortium to determine what exactly is going on. Along their journey, they ran into a centaur-like creature named Yissa Nyclair, who believes that Primus, who is the prime and the one of the Modrons, the top of the Modron chain, might be attempting to become a true deity. Our party went to Tradegate, the gate town to Bytopia in the Outlands, and they ran into some cultists who attacked them. They especially didn't like Lagwin. The party grabbed one of them, interrogated him, stole a black magical key that takes you somewhere? And he assured the party, though, that you don't want to go there. Lagwin has trapped this person in a soul cage, and they have one soul use left, I believe. Now our heroes stand in the twin paradises of Bytopia in search of Modrons. So you guys are here. Bytopia, to have you guys remember, is a sandwich plane. So there is a ground layer that you are on, and then when you look up, there's another ground layer that is facing down. Kind of like the hanging of a ceiling, but you look up and you could see campfires and stuff. Like there's people that live on that side. There are various birds and stuff that fly through the air. Basically, these two worlds are sandwiched on top of each other, and they share a sky together. Oddly, though, when you look out past the horizon, like where a sunset would occur or a sunrise, there's just expansive blue sky kind of a thing. And there's no sun in the sky here, but there is ambient light that just kind of is there. It's one of those weird planner things. And I think if you Google Bytopia, you can probably find a really cool picture. I don't have one because I should have one, but I don't. As you guys arrive, there are various gnomes and stuff that are kind of just out mining, living their best life, doing what have you here and there. You do see that there are a couple of mountains that stretch up high enough that they actually connect to another mountain, and it's kind of like a big hourglass, and then that mountain goes all the way to the other side of Bytopia. What would you like to do now that you're here?
Was Bytopia the market plane with all the stuff to buy? Was that this place, or am I messing up places?
That was
No,
Trade
that was-
Gate.
That was Trade
Yeah,
Gate.
so
Okay,
the gate town.
that's
to
where we
Bytopia,
were. I
yeah.
see.
Gate
Okay,
town that leads to Bytopia.
gotcha. Okay.
Shifter's just gonna look up and just be like, I wonder when gravity shifts. That might be fun to play around with. What the Modrons have come through here, haven't they? Are there any signs of them?
Do we see any Modrons?
Modrons.
Yeah, make a perception check for Modrons.
Are they on the roof or are they on the floor?
30.
30. Holy cow.
Natural
Yeah.
20.
What do your elf eyes see?
Yes.
They see Modrons. So off in the distance, you see the tail end of the Modron march, but it is on the opposite side or the other half of the sandwich that you are not on. So you look up and you're like, oh, yeah, there they are. They're marching that way. It's pretty cool.
So it appears they've reached the other half of the sandwich. And we'll point at the upper bounds of this plane. So, well, you wanted to mess around with gravity, and now they're up there.
Oh, I will say with a 30, you also see some odd looking flying fish looking creatures. They're
Okay.
about the size of a human, like medium to large. They have 4 eyes on their head. They're kind of black and almost transparent, like you can kind of see through them a little bit. And they're swimming like midway up. And then you see them kind of like phase out, and then they kind of like phase back and stuff.
There's also some sort of weird phasing fish creatures swimming in the air. There. I'll point the general direction. That's fun.
Do they look like angry fish?
Do they look angry?
Angry? I don't know.
Well, they
How
have
much expression do these fish
Yeah,
have?
How much do you know about angry fish? Like,
I have proficiency in animal handling, if that helps.
yeah, they're not beasts though. So I
Okay,
don't
fair enough.
let you do that.
That's fine. That's fair. Well, you know, the 4 eyes makes it very difficult to see really how. Did I mention that they also have 4 eyes? That's something a little different. It's hard to really tell if an eyebrow is furrowed when there are 4 eyes. Also, they probably don't have eyebrows, but they're phasing in and out of existence. They're half transparent. It's hard to tell. And I'm just gonna jump as high as I can jump and just see, like, is gravity normal here, or do I feel if I'm like?
Gravity is completely normal.
Okay.
You go up, you go back down. I'm trying to remember now that I think about it. How many feet it is to the other side.
Okay.
Well, you said there was a mountain like an hourglass, right? So
Correct.
it's got to be a pretty fair distance, I assume.
It is a pretty fair distance, yes.
I will take out Vincent, my ebony fly token, and be like, well, we could fly up and then down as the case may be. I'm sure that Vince can carry all three of us, though. If we get into a scrape with those fish, that might be a bit touch and go there.
Well, don't you also always love using levitate? This seems like the perfect example to do that. Just float us up into the other gravity.
Lagwin, don't tempt me. I've already thought of it. The levitate was obviously the first thing, but I believe levitate only goes up about 30 feet or so. Though I might check again. It's 20 feet, yeah.
We could also climb the mountain and then climb down the mountain.
There's
true.
Yeah, that's also an option.
That's the most strenuous option, I think.
Maybe for you.
Oh, yeah. You can feel free to climb up and then down the mountain while I fly. But levitate actually. So it's 20 feet up, but then every turn you can adjust it by 20 feet. So I guess theoretically you could use it for this instance. It lasts for 10 minutes. I feel like that's not enough time depending on how much space there is. But like, do I kind of want to use levitate for this? Like a little bit.
So it's what, 200 feet in the 10 minutes, right? 20 feet. Or no, more than that. It's 20 feet every 6 seconds. Right? Yeah, if it's 20 feet a turn, so 120 feet a minute, 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet.
1,000 and change in 10 minutes. Do we have? Well, I'll just throw it out there. Do we have can we estimate how far we think that? I mean, I know we're kind of looking at a mountain and then looking up at a plane. Like, any general idea of footage that we can go off of here? Like,
yeah, it's a 1 mile gap between the two.
Oh, okay. So that's out.
That's too many feet.
That is many. There's more feet. Yeah, quite a lot of feet.
Shrinks with mountains or things like that. Like if you climb to the top, who knows?
Sure.
There is that connecting mountain that you can see.
It seems like the mountain is the way to go. Unfortunate.
And like I said, there are gnomes that are out running around. You can talk to people if you want, or you can go straight to this mountain.
Oh, that's true. They might just know a quick way.
Maybe there's an elevator. Just it just takes us straight up.
Let's ask a local. Let's see if they know a quick way.
So there are a couple of gnomes. They have pickaxes, and they're kind of working at some rock nearby.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
You look like you know what you're doing. We were wondering if there's a quick way to get there.
Oh, to get to the other side? If you can fly, that's probably the quickest.
I cannot.
Then there's always like a hot air balloon. That works. It's a little tricky in the middle, but you can do that. Or you could take the staircase, and he points over to the mountain. And there's like a small staircase that kind of weaves around in a circle.
Would you know of any hot air balloon people who own those around here? Or is there like a business?
Well, not necessarily a business, I guess. I mean, I suppose so, but not free. 100% not free. But there's a couple of people in one of the local cities that might have one. Traveling back and forth, up and down. It's pretty common, though. We try to stay over here on Dothian. It's the more temperate of the two.
Temperate. So what is the other side like?
Oh, it's untemperate. Hotter, colder winters, more vicious animals. But yeah, there's people that live there. A lot of times people will go back to mine. Sometimes they come back. I just stay over here.
Sometimes they do not come back.
I mean, maybe they stay. Yeah. I've only been a couple times.
Okay, well, you've been very helpful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Fine,
you have
care.
a wonderful rest of your day. Well, the mountain.
I mean, yeah.
Good. or we could find a town with a hot air balloonist.
Sounds right. A
A balloon
balloon.
engineer.
Yeah.
Balloon engineer.
I just have this vision in my head of when the balloon gets to the midpoint and then it like slowly turns like upside down on itself. The basket. Oh, it's terrible.
I'm imagining a drop in the basket.
Yeah.
A balloon aviator, if you will.
Here,
Mhm.
I have a picture for you, Lex.
Oh.
I'll put it in our Discord.
Oh boy.
But you can share that if you want.
Oh, good. They thought of this. Excellent.
Oh boy, that's something.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. We could try and get some more information. Was there? It just feels like it's been so long since we were in in the Outlands. Were we just following the Modrons, or was there something else we were trying to accomplish out here?
We sent a message to that one guy.
Esteban?
Yep, that's the
Yeah.
one. And we're waiting to hear back. And until we heard back on what we should do next, we were going to Bytopia and continue to follow the Modrons.
Okay.
I think.
Also, Yissa
IRC.
wanted you to report back any information.
Yeah, on the sending
She
stone.
has her, she has her suspicions as to what's going on. And
Remember, we asked questions regarding the guys that attacked us and how the blade that I have is like one of a twin set that was taken, and that when we tried to,
it didn't belong to you.
It didn't belong to me, and we tried to figure out who it belonged to, and we basically got like static, as though the knowledge of that was removed from all of our like collective minds, so we're like on the right track, we think, with this whole possible dead god thing.
Yeah, and the place where it had been stolen from was in the Outlands. So we decided to pursue the march instead of looking into that, right? I feel like that was something that happened.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna put a pin. We've decided to put a pin in Lagwood's probably
destiny.
fenced weapon.
The rotting oracle.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, pleasant. Just what a wonderful adventure that will be.
You know, good thing we it was hard to put a pin in that one. Sounds like so much fun, but
Yeah,
Mhm.
So we're following the march. They're supposedly looking for the body of a deceased deity,
Mhm.
and hopefully they'll lead us to it. We can find out some information to give to the strange centaur lady who can walk up and down staircases, and then we can get paid, which would be, always something I'm into, but hopefully not enough information for her to do anything terrible with, like more vivisections, the things she had been doing, not pleasant. So I guess we are just following the march, which brings us back to the balloon question. But I suppose if there's a town near here, we could try to get, we could look into that, or we could climb up and then down the mountain switchback, which I suppose is better than trying to use climbing equipment. And or we could use the fly, which I think only might be touch and go because 3 occupants are a lot for little old Vincent, but yeah, we give him a try. What are people feeling? What's the
can we
consensus,
see
gang?
town from our vantage point?
Uh,
Is there like a road and like
Just like a
a
little
sign
mining
that's like,
town.
this way for something town?
yeah. I want to make sure I get it right, but there's a larger city called and you could have gotten this information from the gnomes, but there's a larger city that seems to be in a general, I guess there's not really north in this place, but like a general eastward direction on the level that you're on. And it's probably like, I don't know, half a day's travel, like maybe 4 hours or something.
Mm.
Unless you got on your fly and wanted to go faster or something like that. But there is a couple of smaller little settlements and farming things that would push up against that. So you'll probably reach those first if you're interested in trying to communicate with people or get to civilization. So.
Well, they also said the mountain, they called it a staircase, so I don't think it's actually climbing so much as walking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as you look, there is like a circular set of stairs that seem to go around. So like this is probably a well-traveled path.
And that doesn't, and remind me, it's not too far? Like, it doesn't look to be too far? No.
I mean, yeah, I guess your options are you could probably like half-day travel to a city, or you could like, hour travel to this mountain, and then however long it's going to take you to get up and down.
So, and I'll just, as a reminder, we did it a little bit, and then we actually found physical horses, but I can create those phantom steed horses that can travel 13 miles in an hour. So I can just take some time, and if you want to use Vincent, I could make 2, and then Nix and I can we can just ride to the mountain, and then, I mean, in theory, ride up the mountain if it's wide enough for a horse to fit on. If not, just walk up the staircase. Or you can ferry people on Vincent. Either one of those should be faster than whatever else.
How far away are the Modrons?
They're, and like I said, you're seeing the tail end of them too.
Yeah.
So you're mostly kind of seeing the path of destruction that they are walking through. I mean, if you leave now, you're faster than Modrons, so you will eventually be able to catch up with them before the day is out. But they're not. I mean, they're pretty far away. I don't know. That doesn't answer your question, I guess, but
I am team, let's get to the other side as fast as possible. I don't particularly love flying, but if you think Vincent is a good way to get there, otherwise I think we can race for the staircase and do that. As opposed to wasting time finding a city when we really just need to go there.
Agreed.
My dreams of hot air balloon travel have been quashed, but that's all right. And then
I will find you a hot air balloonist in another city and pay for a ride to make up for it.
Hooray.
That'll be your birthday present.
And Shifter's like, Shifter stops and is like, wait, don't forget, we've got a party to plan for later. And then they will take out Vincent and whisper something to the miniature, which will then turn into a gigantic fly. Maybe the thing I whisper is like the fly buzz. It goes buzz, 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 buzz.
I like it.
And then it turns into a fly the size of a horse. It's really terrifying up close. And as terrifying as my thumbnail picture. Well, maybe not that far, but yeah, Shifter gets on Vincent's back and like, let's all pile on. Vincent, old girl, I'm sure you can handle it. Just go slow.
So the goal is to fly straight up.
Yeah.
Okay. There are spooky things flying around up there.
Spooky fish.
Lagwin, do you have any flight capabilities just in case?
Well, I do have telekinesis. That's about the closest thing to a flight mechanic that I've got. I mean, it will work, but it's not. I mean, it's also 10 minutes, and it's 60 feet. Move a turn. 30 feet a turn. So.
You know what? I might use, maybe I'll polymorph myself into something that can fly. I'm having a lot of fun with polymorph this campaign. Let's try that. You two can ride on Vincent, which should be easier for the fly to handle. That way, if we get in a scrap, you won't be at a huge disadvantage. let's open up a list of monsters that have the beast creature type and are less than my challenge rating. And can
Yeah.
fly.
Fly is the key one.
Fly is probably the most important part. Oh, not an elephant then. All right, let's see.
I mean, I've never seen an elephant fly. Seen a house fly. Seen a dragonfly.
Oh, that giant frickin'. Oh, I can't be one of these. I've definitely never seen a Quetzalcoatl dinosaur creature.
Giant eagle's probably pretty.
Yeah, giant eagle.
I imagine that's like not an uncommon sight. Unfortunately, the flying dogs were not beasts. I don't recall.
No.
From that Equestria had.
They were
Celestials. Yeah.
Ooh, I can be a giant vulture and just look a little edgier.
Only if you have hair that covers one eye.
Ooh.
You're like,
Nice.
Not a phase. I'm emu.
Dang, wow.
Where are you?
Oh man.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Could I be a pterodactyl? Is that an option?
So you spend some time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how. Do you know much about them? Isn't that does polymorph have that? I forget how it works because I know like do you need to see it or how does I forget?
I think you have to be familiar with the creature. I mean, you don't have to like know a ton about them, but you probably have to have seen it. I assume.
Did send you to Chult for a little bit?
I mean, it was a colony at one point. No, but it's up to Jordan. I don't. I'll probably do giant eagle and be real cool. Or if I can find pterodactyl on this list,
it might be Pteranodon.
Oh, never mind. I don't want to do that. They're so wimpy. They're only like a 1/4 CR creature. I thought they were bigger than that.
Yeah, no, it's just
the new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's. And I think I don't think it's like wild shape where
I always mix them up.
Animal. I think because of the nature of the spell, you maybe like your eagle or pterodactyl form is imperfect because you only saw it in a book, but like you can, that's how I'm interpreting it at least.
Or I could be that giant goose.
That's right.
That's right. Oh no.
I'm going to use
that was a rock, which is CR10, so I don't think you could do that.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be a giant eagle, but I'm gonna look like the giant goose that we ran into.
I love it. Scary.
Honk!
Oh, good.
Oh no, not that thing again.
All right. What does your transformation look like?
I just start honking, but whenever I do, it sounds more and more horrific, and then I suddenly start getting bigger and like getting a beak and everything. But I'm just honking the whole time. It just starts as sounding like a human saying honk, and then it ends as a horrible gigantic goose honking. And then I take to the air.
Off you go. The both of you are hopping on the fly?
Yeah.
Yep.
And you also take off. Who's pilot? Who's pilot of this
I'll pilot the fly.
Oh,
Should not be Nyx.
Actually, if you want, someone could ride on me. I'm just gonna be honking the whole time. Fair warning. But someone could ride on me because if Vincent's like a horse, right? You would ideally only want one rider to avoid any kind of penalties while flying. And because I'm a giant eagle, I'm a giant goose, but I'm a giant eagle effectively. I'm big enough that I could have a rider. So if one of you wanted to ride on me, that'd be cool.
This is gonna sound terrible, but I want to ride on the giant goose.
It should be Nyx because you don't have to actually worry about piloting it because I'm doing that. So
She does not like heights.
I love this. You guys take off into the air. The gnomes down below are just like, well, that's not something you see every day. And like,
Yeah.
as this giant honk, terrible goose with teeth. I hate geese. Off you go. You're flying up. It's a little breezy, but it seems like it's a pretty smooth sail. But you do attract the attention of 3 of these weird fish-like creatures, and they start swimming straight towards you. We're gonna roll initiative.
Gross.
Oh, did I start it too soon? I did.
What do I have as an initiative bonus? Is this goose?
Oh yeah.
Plus
Goose.
3. That's not bad. Plus giant eagle stat block. Plus 3 dex. Let's see.
What is your initiative, Lagwin?
16.
And Nyx.
11.
And Shifter.
I got a 17.
Oh, nice.
I mean, honk.
Cool. And cool. And cool. And Siren is at 1. He's not here. Very good. Top of the round. Oh, what? I put 117 for you, Shifter. You're like way
So fast. Goose power.
so fast.
Goose a 12 goose power engine.
And then I like to how do I do this? Game log. There we go. Default. Everyone can see it. Share your dice rolls with the world. Don't hide behind them. Yeah, this thing is going to come screaming out after you. There are 3 of them. They look terrifying.
They can scream?
Well, yeah. Screaming as in like shoom, but they do make a lot of noise. Let me, this is the art from Planescape.
Oh boy.
But I had to find a equivalent monster for not Planescape.
Oh dear God.
That is terrifying.
Oh, no thank you.
Would not have flown.
Yeah.
This thing only has 2 eyes.
No, it's got 4. It's got like some smaller ones on the top.
Oh.
Specifically, it says that they had 4 eyes. They're kind of like abominations, but you're gonna love this. This is the monster that I found that you are fighting as the equivalent, which is probably scarier.
Oh boy.
I mean, not visually, but maybe statistically. I like how the ones from Planescape, it has little arms, like little spindly arms.
Yeah, a little tail or a big tail, but yeah. This thing can fly pretty quick, 50 feet, and so it's going to come rushing towards you. I need all 3 of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, I don't use wisdom.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, that's not bad. That's plus 2.
Oof, that is.
Yo.
Yuck.
Is it
I got a
against
4.
charm by any chance?
It's against being frightened.
Ah, no. I got a big old 10.
All right.
My goose with their plus 2 wisdom got a 20.
Nice goose.
Nice.
You are not afraid. You are a strong goose.
Goose can't be afraid of anything. They're not afraid of anything.
Let me look up the fly.
What about you, Nyx?
I got a 4, and I'm looking.
Okay,
to
yeah,
see
you're petrified.
Yeah, I'm already uncomfortable flying. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's going to run up to Nyx and the goose, and it's going to. Oh, I can do it on D&D Beyond. I forget about that. And it's going to make an attack against you. It's a ranged spell attack. Oh, these dice are chugging. Oh, I'm going to have to use real ones. Is this so slow? That's a natural 20. Oh, it is.
Woof. Wow.
No,
That's
that
not-
definitely doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Critical damage. Roll.
Why did we already down hit points? Did we not rest before
We did
this?
not.
Okay. We make great decisions.
Yeah, we fought in the street. We had a street fight, and then we interrogated the guy, and then we came here.
Fantastic. You take 17 psychic damage, Nyx.
Could have been worse.
And I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
I was gonna say, don't count it out yet.
11.
You
D&D
are
Beyond.
pulled
Why do you hate me?
15 feet into the air off of your goose.
No.
You're now flailing in the air and falling
Oh, brother.
Which direction? Back down or the other way?
down. You guys haven't hit the threshold
Damn.
yet. Shifter, you're up next.
Honk.
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 Honk, honk. Gooster decides to
Gooster.
swoop down and grab Nyx before they turn into a smudge on the ground.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna try. What should I roll for that?
No, I think you're agile enough to just do that, like movement and then shoot. Like, yeah.
I'm gonna honk to Lagwin.
Sure.
Lagwin's not sure what I'm saying because I'm just honking. But I am motioning with my gigantic neck to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to get higher as quickly as possible, and then I'm gonna try and move upward with the rest of my movement and my action just to dash. Giant eagles, the stat block I'm using, have a fly speed of 80 feet.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I'm just off like a shot,
Fantastic. Yeah.
right up.
You get past all three of them and are zipping to the center of this.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Looking
they
for
have
that
a
gravity
fly speed of
change.
about 50, so you're faster than them for sure. But they do have some ranged attacks.
How am I holding Nyx? Not in my beak because then I wouldn't be able to honk. So that wouldn't be any good.
Probably.
My big webbed feet. Gotcha. It's just like the Hobbit, except very silly.
Lagwin, it is your turn. You have to run away from this.
Yes, I cannot go towards it. So the fly has a 60-foot fly speed.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have it. We're not like physically engaged with these things, right? Or are we?
Yeah, so the one that got Nyx was within like 10 feet, 15 feet.
Okay.
The others are flying towards you. So
Okay. Screw it. I'm gonna have the fly. I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Fly up as far as it can. It's got a 60-foot fly speed. I want to go up, just like as high up as we can go.
120. Okay.
Yeah. And then when we hit 120, because that's the threshold. I guess I will. Oh God. I don't know. Man, this is really tricky. I guess I will. Yeah. There's no reason to cast haste on myself while I'm flying. That just seems silly. So I'm gonna do a.
Unless you're frightened. Oh no, you have to use your action to dash.
Right. Correct. But I'm stuck on a.
Your turn, you can make another save if you want.
Okay, is that how? Okay. So yeah, the fly flew me away. I guess I'll take the dodge action while I'm on the fly's back because I can't. I mean, I don't. Or am I able to attack while I'm on the goose or on the fly rather?
I think you can attack, but not while you're frightened of this one creature, unless you wanted to fly towards another one.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna.
Kind of weird, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially because certain things frightens have different caveats too. So I'll just take the dodge action and fly with the fly 120 feet up, and then potentially make this save. Try to break it if possible.
Okay.
Is it at the end of my turn the save, or the end of its? How does the save work?
Actually, I'm gonna go over this because I did it wrong. So sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
So, first of all, let's have a brief remembrance of the frightened condition.
Sure.
So
yep.
a frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and
Okay.
you can't move closer to the source of fear.
Okay.
So you can still do a lot of the things you wanted to do if you want to.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna have it fly up.
Yeah.
That's the goal. And then you know what? I'll just throw. Let's just throw a firebolt at the one that did the thing while we're at that 120-foot maximum range of firebolt at disadvantage and see how we do.
Okay.
Disadvantage. Oh no, that's a 12.
12 will miss.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Then I'm good. I'll just. You know what? I lied. I'm gonna bonus action blade song on the back of this fly,
Okay.
just for a little defense, just in case it comes up. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Fantastic. Another of these creatures come flying up. One of the, or this one is going to go after. Oh, and sorry, your frightened condition is done at the start of the creature's next turn.
Cool. Okay.
It's not a save that you have to make, but whenever you're within 30 feet of them, you get this frightened kind of thing is what's happening.
Okay. Cool.
For the goose, because he saved, so he's immune to it now. So Lagwin, you're going to get an ensnaring shriek is the name of the attack. I'm gonna roll. I don't think I want to roll D&D Beyond. Yeah, ooh, that's slow. It's probably something like I need to turn off hardware acceleration or something weird.
It's still going. 14 is what came up.
Let's see if that will thing. So, does a 14 hit?
It does not.
It will attack once more.
Like a 14 would hit Lagwin. What are you talking about?
It's we're still going. 11. That will also miss.
And then it'll zip towards you. Up next is Nyx. You are frightened. But what do you want to do? You're holding on to a goose leg for dear life.
I was gonna say, like, my arms are probably not free.
I assume I've got my feet around your like midsection or something, and I'm carrying you like that, so you're just kind of hanging
with your goose paddle feet.
Yes.
This is the weirdest image.
Your webbed goose feet. Just like.
I say I don't have a lot for ranged attacks, but I've got some spells. We'll do that, I guess. I guess we're still flying away from this thing, right? So I'm not, especially the one that I am frightened of. So is there one? How far away are we from this thing? I guess that's the.
There's one speeding towards you. It's probably because you guys went. Lagwin's further away than you are. So it's probably like 40 feet away, we'll say.
Then this isn't gonna work.
Sorry.
It's okay. Nope, I'm just trying to figure out what to do. Because I don't have much for range. You know what? I have a crossbow.
Yeah.
I'm not Siren, but I've got a crossbow. I'll get out my crossbow.
If anything, you should just throw Siren at it.
She would never forgive us.
You have disadvantage because of their frightened condition, but go ahead.
I will shoot my crossbow at it. Let's see. Oh, I can choose disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you right click.
12.
12. And I assume this is not a magical crossbow.
No, it's just a straight up heavy
It's a
crossbow.
straight up crossbow. So you fire it, and a 12 misses, but it also, you see it just go straight through this thing, like
Oh.
incorporeal. Doesn't
That's not going to work.
anything else, Nix?
Nope. That's all I got.
The third Dream Eater is going to, Dream Eater. Yeah, that's what they're called. Sorry. The third Dream Eater will become running up towards you very, very fast. There's a cat in the shot. We're gonna have an attack on the goose.
Uh-oh. Goose, what's your AC, Goose?
My goose C is 13.
Your goose gets cooked.
There we go.
18.
That definitely hits.
All right.
I've got 26 goose P.
Well
I'm sorry,
done.
did you ask me to make a save?
A charisma saving throw.
Charisma save. Oh, charisma. Well,
How's
Goose
that?
has-
Oh, you keep. Oh no, you don't keep it. That's you got Goose charisma.
9 psychic damage.
9 psychic damage is fine. Let's see if I can make this goose charisma save. I have +0, so it's just straight D20. Oh, I got a 17 though.
You succeed, so you are not pulled closer.
Oh, thank goodness.
The other attack is going to be on Nyx for a 21.
That hits.
And that's 12 psychic damage.
This cat. Okay.
And then I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
22?
That is a good save. You are fine. You are stuck on the the leg of the goose. And it can't get closer to you because of how fast you are. Top of the round, the other original Dream Eater is going to probably fly 100 feet to get close to Lagwin.
Mm.
So it'll fly 50 and then action dash, and that is its turn because I think it's still
20 feet.
still far 20 feet away. And then up next is Shifter.
My plan remains to escape rather than trying to fight these creatures because not very I could transform back into Shifter and then I'd probably be able to fight them very effectively as I fall to my death. So I'm going to keep using that 300 goose power engine and just rocket straight upward until we get the gravity change, and then I will drift downward.
All right, so full on dashing.
Yeah, so I've got my 80 feet fly, so 160 feet.
Yeah, you just take off. Lagwin, are you doing similar?
Yeah, I will 120 feet up. When we hit 120 feet, so we'll be, I guess, 140 at the end of this move from the thing that was 20 feet away from us. When we get to 120 feet, and now I'm not frightened anymore.
Frightened, correct.
So I'll just fire off a firebolt at that one when we hit 120 feet, just because
Okay.
I can. Here we go. God damn, 13. 13 the number? No. This is just half-hearted anyway. So then I'll fly the remaining 20 feet, so we're 140 feet away from it. Just like errant, just like, stop it. That's the whole plan.
Yeah, this guy is going to dash at you as well. You guys are really fast though. Nyx, anything, or are you just holding on for dear life?
I think I'm just holding on for dear life because any of my ranged spell attacks are too close. Like they're not far enough. So I'm just holding on. I'm just hoping I don't fall again.
Another dash from the third Dream Eater, and now you guys hit the gravity switch point. Everybody except for the fly, please make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can stay on and stay stable. Goose, you're trying to basically align yourself so you don't you don't like end up upside down and it hurts, kind of a thing. Does that make
Yeah.
sense, Lex?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I only got a 12.
Got a 23. Finally.
I got a big 9, but I'm just checking to see if Blade Song adds to this. So another acrobatics check. So yeah, so that is a 9
Okay.
for me.
So, Lagwin, you have fallen off of your fly,
Yeah.
and you are now plummeting up to the other side.
Okay, to the ground, but upwards.
But you're going up. Yeah.
Sure.
Goose, the weird flip of the gravity has put you upside down. Nyx is now like holding onto your leg, where Nyx is right side up and the goose body is upside down, and it's just kind of like plummeting and spinning. You'll have to probably make another check on your turn to see if you can regain control. And speaking of that, Shifter, it is your turn.
Wow. I have this image of the goose like corkscrew falling through the air, going "Honk!" Lagwin is falling. I'm falling. Nyx is falling by extension. I am going to drop polymorph. And you just hear honk. You hear a goose honk quickly transition into a person honk, and then I'm like, ugh, ooh, well, good thing I have this. And then I just I'm still like holding Nyx's hand, and I hold up my other hand that has my ring of spell storing and use Featherfall.
On who?
Everybody.
Oh, can you cast it on more than one? Is it a high
You
level?
can cast it on like up to 7 people.
10
I think.
people, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I thought it was
As
a one.
long as Lagwin is within range, I think that might be the tricky part.
No, I think he is. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm just gonna cast Featherfall on
Okay.
the party.
Tell
Yeah.
us what do you have to concentrate on that? Does it disappear?
This is a good
Now
question.
I think
Kind
it's
of just like bobbing apples now for these monsters to fly up to you.
I suppose, but now I have my full range of spells available to me once again.
Okay. Are you allowed to drop it as like a free action, I wonder?
It is 1 minute non-concentration. You descend 60 feet per round until it ends after that minute. If you land before it ends, you take no falling damage. So I guess we'll descend 60 feet per round for a minute. And then I guess at that point, if we're still falling, then we would, whatever the remaining distance is what I gather.
We'll come up with a different plan if we're still falling at that point. But
Yeah.
so that's a reaction to cast. I don't know if it's an action to drop goose form, which is fine if it is. But if so, that means my turn is over.
Correct. That's a good question. I don't know.
Whatever you want to do. If my turn is still going, I might cast like an offensive spell against the monsters, but that is not necessary. So
I will say that it is a free action to drop polymorph.
okay.
You can do as you want.
Do as you will, wizard. I'm going to cast big spell. What do I want to cast? Not charm monster. That wouldn't be good in this scenario. Do I have? I do have that. How many of these creatures are there?
3.
3. I'm going to attempt to cast Enemies Abound on one of them so that it will view the other 2 next to it as threats and attack them. That'll be use 3rd level spell slot. Can you upcast this? I feel like you can't. No, you cannot. 3rd level spell slot. This is concentration. Intelligence 18 saving throw to avoid.
Your Featherfall is not concentration?
It is not.
They rolled a 12 intelligence saving throw, but what kind of condition is this?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's find out. You reach into the mind of one creature you can see and force it to make an intelligence saving throw. Okay. It succeeds if it's immune to being frightened.
It is immune to being frightened.
Oh, it succeeds. Auto succeeds. They're too scary. They can't be scared.
Lagwin, you're dangling, you're falling, but at a slower rate.
Yeah, you're drifting downward.
Yeah,
Blazing.
this is fine.
Show us what Blade Song can really do.
Yeah. Bonus action, activate the Sunblade as I'm just like casually falling down. This is actually probably the best scenario for me because now I can maneuver in air, I feel like, as best one can in this scenario. So I will activate my Sunblade as a bonus action. How far away were these things from us now?
I think as it dashed, it was 40 feet away from you, and Lagwin, Shifter is further down. Nyx is probably terrified at this point.
Yeah, so they're all
hold on to anymore.
yeah, so they're all yeah.
The closest one would be 40 feet from you.
Okay.
And you 2020, so that's on you.
Yeah. No, that's fine. We'll save that for next turn if they get closer, because now they're gonna get closer. That's just how this works. All right, so let's cast a new spell because I want to try something. I haven't tried this yet. I am going to target the one that I've been haphazardly throwing firebolts at and just continually missing every time.
Okay.
And I would like to unleash a shimmering lance of psychic power. I want to see if this thing's resistant to psychic damage or immune to it from my forehead at this creature. And I would like it to make an intelligence saving throw, please. DC 17.
I rolled a 16.
Okay. Then if it takes damage, it's going to take 7d6 psychic damage.
It is immune to psychic.
Ah, damn it. That's what I figured. Okay. So it did fail the saving throw, so it takes 76 psychic damage, which it is completely immune to. However, it is incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Oh. What
It
is
is.
that?
It is the condition, which we'll have to refresh ourselves on the condition incapacitated for this.
Play D&D, guys. Come on.
Yeah. So the incapacitated condition is it can't take actions or reactions.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
But
it can
move.
still move, but it can't take actions or reactions. So that was, for folks playing along at home, that was Ralothim's Psychic Lance, which is I think that's a Fizzban's spell?
Really?
Yeah, that's a dragon, psychic dragon spell.
One of those. Okay.
I was just trying to, I've never used it, and it felt Lagwin-y, but now I know they're immune to psychic damage, so don't do that. And then I will just continue to...
It also has advantage against saving throw spells. I should have done that too, but yeah.
So now I'm just like, lightsaber out, just like, we're just... I'll get him next time.
The one you didn't psychic is going to run towards you and do
Yeah.
a couple of attacks against our good friend Lagwin. Oh, those are terrible rolls. The highest is a 13.
Those will all miss.
Very upsetting. And it gets to be about 10 feet from you. It's pretty close.
Okay. I mean, and then I'm going to casually descend 60 feet.
Yeah.
But, okay, that's fine.
It's all kind of like happening in real time.
Yeah,
like,
okay, that's cool.
falling. So there's like times changing, but yeah.
That's fine.
Nick, what would you like to do?
First I have a question. Am I still touching Shifter?
That's up to you and Shifter, I guess. You didn't
Maybe-
fall off. He just dropped it. So Shifter, what did that look like? I guess.
Well, because I transformed from a goose back into a person, and you were being held up by my goose flippers. You're probably just holding
it
onto my
on
leg.
your leg.
Or a leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna cast invisibility on Shifter so that if they attack, hopefully they only see me.
Oh,
And I'll take
that's
the brunt of
interesting.
things because I can't really do anything else. They're not close enough yet for me to do things, but
Well,
maybe one less target.
If you could like ready a melee attack action for when they get up to you, because I appreciate the invisibility, but I think that you readying a melee attack action might be better if you want to do that instead.
Yeah, that's probably the smart answer.
You're
I just don't
sitting.
know how long
you're-
it's gonna take them for us to get to us. But yeah, I'll keep that in my back pocket. I'm not gonna rage yet, just so I have a option to cast spells. But I will ready a melee attack with grab my woodcutter's axe. Oh, that's the problem though, is they did not. The crossbow went right through them.
Because
So
it
what-
wasn't a magic weapon.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Woodcutter's axe is
Oh.
magic though, right?
yeah.
But
Yes,
it's a two-handed axe.
and I
Which
have
means
to
you
let
can't-
go.
You have to. I mean,
But
you're
you're
feather
floating.
falling.
You're feather falling.
You might
Fine,
not
it's
want to
fine.
let go though.
Yeah.
I really don't want to let go.
I was gonna say this is someone who doesn't love heights. There's not much normalcy here, so anything that feels like it's
I know.
helping.
I mean, if you want to ready an action, I like the idea of you like wrapping your leg around it, or maybe like a piece of leather. You like tie your foot to his foot so that you can swing upside down.
Tie our shoelaces together. Yeah.
Shoelaces together. No, I think it's just like in midair, she just like automatically like goes to grab her woodcutter's axe and like grab it with two hands, and then she realizes that like she grabbed it with the second hand, and then she just panic looks at Shifter as she starts to like float away a little bit from them, like, oh, this was a mistake, but okay.
Shifter gives you a thumbs up.
Really good stoner face, like yeah.
It's just like automatic, and then she goes, so scared.
Nyx has readied an action. Fantastic. The last Dream Eater is going to rush up to Nyx and Shifter. We're going to make an attack on Shifter for a. This is an ensnaring shriek for a 24.
A 24.
Yeah.
That-
16 plus 8
Wow, that really hits.
for 10 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then make a charisma saving throw.
Mm-hmm. A charisma saving throw as myself. Wow, this dice rollers. It's getting there. Oh, that was a good roll though.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, very good. Okay. The next one's going to go after Nyx, or the next attack, I should say. And that is a 12. Miss. It really wants to use its bonus action, but you guys have thwarted its charisma saving throws, so good job. Top of the round is the Dream Eater that was incapacitated. That was the condition.
Yeah, it's until the start of my next turn.
All right, so it's just sitting there, a little confused, like little stars and birds around its head. Shifter, you're dropping.
Ooh, I continue floating downward. These things never actually get into melee, do they? They just get 10 feet to you and then use their short-ranged attack. Hasn't that been what's happening?
That has been what's happening. So they have a ranged attack, but when it hits and you guys fail that thing, they're trying to pull you back towards them, but they're never actually rushing up into melee. Yeah, that also could be because you guys have been running away.
That's also true.
Yeah, no, I just want to make sure that Nyx can get in one of these things' faces. But I don't know a good way to do that. Because I really just want to like Ray of Frost one of them, but that won't help in that capacity. No. Oh, the first thing I'm going to do on my turn is whistle for Vincent. because
Okay.
Vincent should still be around somewhere,
Yeah,
just buzzing
zips over to-
around. Yeah, just to get over to me, so that at least I can get him back in my pocket or something. And I guess I'm gonna Ray of Frost one. Probably the one that's closest.
Okay.
Oh, it's so slow. Ooh.
I'm going back to pen and paper, guys.
I know, right? So that is a 28.
Yeah, that
says
hit.
D&D Beyond.
Is that a critical?
No, I rolled an 18. I have plus 10 to hit.
Wow.
I'm I'm 13th level, baby.
First hit on these guys. Good job. All right.
I rolled 10 cold damage. Are they immune to cold damage?
They are not.
Yeah, we found something they're not immune to.
You do 10 damage. Your DM is proud of you. Congratulations.
Hooray.
Anything else, Shifter?
Shifter's like, Nix, you'll be fine. Just try not to throw up. But if you do, just try and rotate away from me. All right, thank you.
Lagwin.
All right, so this guy that's closest to me, how close is he? Because he could move, he just couldn't.
20 feet, right? Like he came, yeah, because you're now moving 60. He can move 50, so he's closing the gap. So I think he's 20 feet away from you now.
Awesome. That's just what I wanted to hear. And how about the other ones from him?
So of the three, the incapacitated one is further up because he didn't move. Oh no, he moved.
He could move.
Yeah. The one that attacked you last round, which will go after you, is 20 feet away. That's what I'm thinking. And then I think you're fairly close to Nix and Shifter, probably within 40 feet of them. And there's another Dream Eater that's, I don't know, we could say 30 feet away from you. So you got 120 and 30 and probably like 50 or 40 up. So. Okay.
So that one that's like, okay, so it's 50 up. Okay. I'm just trying to see the logistics of teleporting around while we're here. Okay. Then on this one that's 20 feet away from me, I'm going to cast Steel Wind Strike and teleport next to this thing to attack it, to then teleport next to the other one and attack it, because that just seems really cool to do while falling in midair. Let's see how the rolls come up, though. A 16?
16 hits?
Ah, yeah. That will be 30 points of force damage to this guy.
Okay.
And then I will teleport next to the one that's over by Nix and Shifter with a dirty 20 to hit that one.
Hi, Lagwin.
Hello. If the dice will ever stop, 34 points of force damage to that one. And then the last one's too far away because I can only teleport 30 feet, so that's too far, yeah?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Then I'll just stay next to my friends here.
Right next to the one you just attacked?
Yeah. Because I can teleport again, but I don't feel like it's useful for me to go further away from everybody again, so I'll just hang out here by this guy. And that was my action. Cast that. And then I don't think I have anything else I can do as a bonus action that is still available to me. So, that'll be it for me.
Okay. Attack on Nix. 24.
Hits.
11 psychic damage with a ranged attack. It floats down, does this attack, trying to pull you in. Make a charisma saving throw.
21.
Yeah, you're good. The next one will go after Shifter for a 23.
It got me.
16 damage psychic.
Oh, okay. Let me roll that save.
And then roll the save, please.
Ooh, that dice low. A 10.
All right, you're pulled 15 feet towards it. It wraps its smoky tendrils around your body, and as a bonus action, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at those, right? I'm a wizard.
No, not traditionally.
17.
Oh, you succeed. Good
All
job.
right, nice.
So it tries to pull you in, but you lash out against it. So what really you feel is as it's coming in you start hearing a lot of voices in your head, like screams and stuff, people from your past, a lot of weird things that are personal to you. And then you like dismiss it really quickly, and the monster kind of like shrieks and squids back a little bit. Nyx, what would you like to do?
Are any of these things close enough for me to hit yet?
I think,
You swim through the air.
yeah, like let's say you can move 15 feet towards the one that Lagwin is at. If you want to swim to the air, I'll let you move half your feet so you can swim over.
Thanks.
So yes, there's one.
I
There's
want to
one
hit one
next
of
to
these
Lagwin.
things. Yeah, so she will not gracefully swim through the air, trying not to look down as we're falling, and swing at the one that Lagwin is in melee with the woodcutter's axe.
Okay,
Crit.
that's
Yeah, let's go.
she's angry.
So we'll roll with crit damage. That is 26
Oh man.
slashing damage.
Yep.
Not
Not happy. Screeches
not
at
bad.
Okay.
Do it again.
I guess. Well, no, that was the crit damage. That was
yeah,
my
but
two.
you get to make 2 attacks.
I was gonna say, hit it again.
Oh, I was like, no, that's my crit damage. I do get to roll again, don't I? Oh, here we go.
D&D.
I know. 28 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
I figured. Oh, that's terrible. That's another 6 damage with the
Oh my
second
gosh.
attack. I looked down.
You exactly kill it.
Nice.
So your axe goes into it and it shrieks, and then it just kind of like breaks apart and then dissipates into the wind.
I imagine like
that's
she
what
hits it and like it dies, and she kind of like looks down again because she's like not really in balance and is like freaked out a little bit by the falling. Just looks at Lagwin panicked.
The other one up top is kind of like swimming around. This was the further away one that you didn't get to attack, and it looks like it's giving up, and it's kind of like going back up towards the middle of this area. Shifter, there's one next to you and Lagwin. Oh no, that was the one that just died.
Yeah.
There's one floating like 30 feet away from you, probably.
Oh, okay. So the one that pulled me in was the one that was killed, or was that a different one?
The one that pulled. Oh, that was the one that pulled you in. Yeah. Sorry. So the one that pulled you in is not killed. So you are like 5 feet from it now. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm going to cast. I'll cast Shocking Grasp because why not? I'm right here.
Okay.
Oh my god, these dice so slow. 20?
20
20 to hit. Let's see if we can get this damage to roll. Oh my god. D&D Beyond, please. 13 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, as a bonus action, cast Misty Step to get 30 feet closer to the earth, away from this
Okay.
creature.
You do that. Lagwin.
All right. All that's left is this one that.
This one.
And how far away is it from me?
20 feet, I think I said.
Okay. Yeah. Oh wait.
15 feet You want to swim over to it, I guess?
Oh, well, it turns out that with Blade Song, my speed is 40, so I can.
There you go.
I'll swim through the air over towards this one here, and then I will go with a booming blade here as my first attack here. So let's get our weapon attack. Here we go. Is a natural 20. So,
what are you even doing?
Yeah, I was say where's the sound effects? So that will be 23 points of radiant damage from the Sun Blade.
Yeah, he doesn't like that.
And then I can get this to roll. Click game. There we go. And then it will take 21 points of thunder damage.
Also dead. Congratulations. What does it look like as you slice this creature up with your sword?
Yeah, well, I imagine swimming very, very, I guess, episode 1E through the water, make my way down to the Gungan, swimming through, and then just, activating Booming Blade, and then just, like, I'd like to think that it's just a clean swing and just keep spinning around, you know?
Yeah.
And then just kind of, like, look up at the other one that's swimming away and be like, yeah, you better run.
Fantastic. You destroy this thing. All of you gently, or 60 feet, go really, really fast. I guess 60 feet feels like really fast to me. But you guys,
right? Yeah.
But you're going really fast, and I think right before you do that Harry Potter where you kind of like, and then like gently land. It is a personal preference. Do you land on your feet? Or are you like Nyx and petrified and not really sure what to do?
She's still athletic, so I feel like she'd still land on her feet, but it wouldn't look as pretty as normal. She like lands on her feet and like stumbles a little bit. Stumbles a little bit, pops back up after a roll, and just like, I will not be joining you in the hot air balloon.
I imagine, since we're just sitting there 60 feet a turn, that I'm just kind of like hands behind my head, just kind of like lounging, just like feather falling down. And if I'm able to just land also in a laying down reclining fashion, even if it's a little bit of a jolt at the bottom, I'm still going to try to do it.
Yeah, of course. I believe you. Oh, that was funny. Lex, how do you, I mean, this is your spell. You probably know how to land.
I do. I'm gonna land like sort of I'm gonna position myself so I'm upside down and I just have like a finger touches the earth, and then I sort of roll into a into like a sitting position, and I'm like, lovely.
Fantastic. You guys have made it to the other side of Bytopia. Looking to, did I say east? I think. No, that was where the city was. So like, we'll say looking off to the south, you see the definite path of the Modrons, although it's a very wooded, foresty area that you're in now. So you're not exactly sure. You have the path to go and you'll be able to catch up with them. But also on the horizon, you see some smoke coming from this forest. It doesn't necessarily look like a forest fire, but maybe like a camp, somebody, or maybe like a small village or something. You're not entirely sure. And with that, we'll take a small break so I can get get a beverage.
All right, we'll be right back, folks. All right. we're back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Our friends have flew up and then fell up, and now they're down. But down is up, and up is down. Black is white. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria. Welcome to Bytopia, ladies and gentlemen. I am your Dungeon Master, Jordan. Our friends see a clear path of the Modrons and some smoke in the distance, which I will say is along the path. What would you guys like to do? Now that you're safe on the ground, you want to take a short rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll throw that out there.
Yes, very much so.
You want to race towards the Modrons really, really fast.
I'm gonna go for a short rest, and then I will cast the Phantom Steeds to let us move 13 miles an hour, catch up to the Modrons.
All right, you take an hour. Roll.
To roll some hit dice.
You're not kidding.
Nothing bad happens. You guys can take your rest and roll hit die if you want. Wizards can recharge their wizard things that they have do.
Yeah.
My wizard things.
My cat is happy because he was locked in the bedroom by accident.
Oh,
So
that
he's like,
didn't.
thank you for letting me out, for checking on me during the break. And I said, no problem, Felix. I got you. Except I don't, because I accidentally locked you in a bedroom, but that's okay.
Didn't roll the hit dice at all. All right, let's try that.
Where is that frickin'? Oh, there it is. Short rest.
So while we're doing this, I wanted to say the Dream Eater is a really cool monster. And I wasn't able to actually grapple the creatures like I wanted to, or the player characters. But if I had, they go into like a nightmare state and take a bunch of psychic damage. But one of the cool things I thought is in the description of the Dream Eater, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, Dream Eater. You can make a persuasion check to like wake up your friend or convince them they're in a dream. And then they wake up and they're no longer like restrained by the Dream Eater. So it's kind of a cool monster, just so you know. Check it out. Dream Eater.
From where does this monster hail? What text does it appear in?
Oh, it is in Mordenkainen's Monsters of the Multiverse.
Oh,
Monsters of the
nice.
Multiverse.
Oh, that one.
But let's. Oh no, sorry. It is in the Dragonlance Monstrous Compendium Volume 2.
Dragonlance Monsters Compendium Volume 2. Oh, so this is a.
So
Is this
Dragon.
for the newer Dragonlance thing, or is this like an old? Okay.
No. This is... So originally the monster is called a Neath, but I had to find an equivalent because Planescape monsters don't always have a 1-to-1 ratio.
Sure.
So I was searching for something that could float, had a bunch of eyes, and did psychic damage, and I found this. And apparently it's from the Monstrous Compendium Volume 2. So
Yeah, so that's the free 10 monsters that you can claim from D&D Beyond.
So
Nice.
I thought it was a pretty fun monster. So
Yeah. So we'll take did all the things.
all right, are we healed up? Are we ready to go? What are you doing?
I want to get Vincent the Fly back and
You have
shrink
him.
him down and put him in my pocket.
Done.
Give him a little kiss.
Oh, girl, no.
After he's turned back into a bit. No, actually, before he
Yeah,
turns
no,
into
yeah.
Mm-mm.
I think you like come here, Vincent, and like while you gently kiss his little fly face, that suction thing is like blah, 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 blah. I always
Thanks.
think of Bart from the Treehouse of Horror when he gets swapped with a fly.
Oh,
Bart,
I haven't seen that one.
that's a callback to something very long.
Dude,
Anyway,
Treehouse of Horror, classic. Good stuff.
my favorite.
So yeah, I will then take some time. It'll be I guess 30 because it's as a ritual. So 33 minutes to cast they are all concentration for non-concentration rather for an hour. So 33 minutes, I can make 3 steeds that can travel 13 miles an hour, but because we're all at half this, we basically can travel 6.5 miles in about a half an hour before I'd have to cast it again. Does that make sense?
This feels like too much math, but okay.
Well, the problem is, like, if you had it, then we wouldn't have to, like, I'd cast one, then start casting the next one immediately, then start casting the next one after that, because they last an hour. So, anyway, it's a fun ritual spell. Oh, can we cast illusions in this plane before I go any further?
Oh, that's
okay.
such a good question.
Okay. So then I will do that. We all have phantom quasi horse-like creatures that can travel at least for the next 30 minutes.
What does a quasi-horse-like creature look like?
I'm going to say it's whatever. It also comes with a saddle, bit, and bridle, but I'm going to let you guys decide what your horse looks like.
If it's quasi-horse, can it be like an AI art version of horse?
It can be whatever you want it to look like. I'm giving you that freedom with this spell. What do you want your quasi-horse-like creature to look like, Shifter?
Oh, I'm gonna go with AI horse. So it's like it looks like a horse at first glance, but the more you look at it, the more you're like, oh, there's something wrong with this.
It's Uncanny Valley.
It's not right.
That botched Jesus painting that they tried to fix, where it looks like that's what your horse looks like. It's like, what? It's like trying to walk, and one leg's shorter than the other.
Nyx, you're also welcome to design your quasi-horse-like creature.
My quasi-horse-like creature looks like a horse in the front, but it turns into like flames at the end.
Oh,
So
very nice.
it's like a flame horse, but you can only see the front 2 legs and like the body, but like the back, where like the back 2 legs and tail would be, is just flame.
That is pretty freaking awesome, honestly. Yeah. Well, welcome aboard. And then I guess mine. Frame. That's tricky. I don't know. That's a pretty hard one to beat, to be honest. Horse made out of fire. To pick some random Star Wars related creature.
And AT-AT.
Yeah, right, or like a tauntaun, but it's on all fours. I guess it's quasi horse, like it still has to run on all fours. I'm gonna make it a tauntaun. That's what it's gonna look like.
All right.
And then we can go in about 30 minutes, 6.5 miles. So we'll see where that puts us.
Yeah. As you guys are running along, you come across a small cabin that has a chimney and is puffing up smoke. That's where the smoke came from. There are lights on the inside of it. Pretty dense wood, but there is a definite path that you're following, which is the destruction the Modrons have caused. So there are a couple of like trampled down trees pushed out of the way. It's like something cut through this forest. You do find like a couple of like not rogue Modrons, because that's a very specific thing, but stray Modrons that got left behind. They're desperately trying to get back with the other Modrons. They're all lower monodrones, so they can't talk to you necessarily, but you can tell that they're just like trying to get there as fast as possible. Some of them have some damage to their legs, and they're not able to like walk as fast, and that's probably why they're slower. But as you are riding up, you get about 6 miles in. You could recast it and run towards the Modrons, or you can take a stop and talk, or not take a stop and check out this cabin. What would you like to do?
Well, I'll leave that up to you. What would you all like to do? It's not very difficult to just cast these again, but we're here and there is a cabin, although who knows what we'll find inside.
It's not a very big cabin. It takes you a half hour to summon up all those steeds?
Yes.
Why don't you work on that, and Nyx and I can check the interior while you're doing your thing?
No. Just not gonna do that. Last time we tried this, I almost died.
Oh,
So,
I forgot.
no, this whole you guys go do the seemingly easy thing while I just go check on something real quick doesn't really work out well. So I'm gonna go with you, and then we'll just
All right.
we'll you know what we'll see what happens, and then we'll just cast the spells. Because who knows what's in there? Maybe it's bigger on the inside. Maybe it's full of hags. I don't know. I don't really know much about Bytopia.
Thank you for letting us know your feelings on the matter. We'll just knock on the door politely, make sure everyone's okay inside, because you know that the destruction.
Sure, right. It's nice to feel like there's no one here constantly questioning my decisions. It's that little voice in my head, or sometimes out loud, is just so quiet this time. It's crazy. Anyway, go ahead and knock on the door.
Ooh.
Nix is gonna knock on the door.
Door. As you lift up your hand to knock, the door opens, and you see a very handsome gentleman in kind of like royal blue looking clothes, super clean, and he looks at you and says, "Nix, come on in." Yes. Lagwin, Shifter, both, all of you, come on. We've been expecting you. It's time to talk.
Oh,
Do I know this person?
You do not.
Wonderful.
Shifter is going to turn to Lagwin and be like, "Well, I don't know them, but they're very good looking, so I'm inclined to trust them." And then they just head on in.
Yeah, all right. Me too.
Yeah. You guys enter in if Nix agrees.
Nix is like looking around this. Are there like? Does it look like? Is there anything suspicious about like the door frame? Does it look like we're gonna get like?
Make a investigation check.
Okay.
Oh boy.
16.
No, as far as you know, it looks like a wood cabin, and you get the sense that your woodcutter axe could probably break through it really quickly if it needs to. So
Okay. She'll walk
Entering into the
inside.
door, it's not a weird magical space on the inside or anything. So
The dimensions on the outside look the same as the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she will walk in.
yeah. You guys walk in. There's a small little table and another gentleman at the table. He looks slightly similar. Has the same kind of blue royal outfit. And they have some cups ready for tea. And there is a pot boiling over the fire that like one of those like a kettle that's in the fire next to the fireplace. And they invite you to sit down. They're like, "Well, welcome. I realize you don't know who we are, but we are aware of you because we'll just get straight to the point. We are angels of Mistra, and because you all dabble in the magical arts, she's made us aware of you."
Oh.
Was not expecting that.
No, couldn't say that. No.
It does explain the hotness, though. Angels. So,
Thank you. And for those of you at home who don't know, Mistra is the Faerunian god of magic.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh. What do we owe this pleasure?
Oh, well, first of all, tea? Yes? No?
oh, yes, please.
Yes, sure.
I'm
Uh,
okay, thank you though.
You're okay? Okay. One of them will come over and he'll pour some tea for the two of you. And then Nyx says no thank you. So it's good. They'll take your cup and like turn it over so they know not to pour tea. They all sit down. We were sent here by Mistra herself as kind of a understanding of what's going on with the Modrons. She is, being the goddess of magic, a little worried about what is happening with the multiverse and with just the Modrons leaving early, and there's been talk of slaying different gods, and she doesn't really like that idea, having died once before and there was a whole debacle and things were bad. So we were sent here to kind of watch the Modrons. We got here early, set up a camp. We've been living here for probably the last like 5 months or so, watching. And then just recently, the Modrons came walking by and we kind of documented them. Don't really see anything out of the ordinary, but Mistra did tell us that you guys are kind of the experts on the Modrons at the moment, as you have been following them as they have left Beckonus. So I'm here to basically ask for your help and to see if you have any extra information that might help us and potentially save the goddess of magic.
Shifter's gonna turn to Lagwin and say, well, Lagwin, would we like to assist in saving the goddess of magic?
I didn't know that this was a thing. I wish I could have done sooner, but now I am 100% all in on all of the assistance for Mistra, and whatever we can do to aid, I'm on board.
Shifter's just gonna be like, yes, I think we could probably trust them. Does that seem all right with you, Nyx?
I mean, as a rule, I don't trust people easily, but I will concede in this situation.
Well, no, you know what? It's a fair point. Can you prove that you are in fact a celestial being?
Oh, well,
I mean, you're very attractive. We know angels are attractive. However, I'm also attractive and I'm not an angel.
That's a great question. And he looks at his friend. Well, tell us this. What would appease you, I suppose?
Oof.
What would put your mind at ease that we mean you no harm?
I mean, what kind of evidence could you offer that you are both a celestial but also in the employ of the goddess of magic? Just because, I'm not trying to be rude, but we have met some unsavory characters.
Right.
Since we've been traveling. And the plains are a very, very odd place sometimes. Any kind of I would settle for a divine vision or some kind of
just casual divine vision,
Yeah, just a divine vision, some kind of a miracle, minor miracle of some sort.
Is anyone missing hit points?
I short rested, so I'm good.
They'll be like, if I may, Nyx, I promise this won't hurt. I'm just going to heal you a little bit. And he'll rest his hand on your shoulder, and it's one of these like white bluish light of healing rays that kind of come out of his hand while he's touching your shoulder and goes over you, and you're restored to full hit points. You feel great.
Well, that felt pretty divine.
There's the healing that we do. I don't know if I can just call upon the goddess of magic to give you some kind of I mean, we could look out at
as a rule, let's just not call upon any gods.
No, I mean, I don't really feel like we need to just invoke Mistra here personally to prove you are who you say you are. I feel like that is a little much. That's just me. Shifter, thoughts? I mean...
it's the healings obviously prove that you have some sort of clerical divine abilities. I mean, I've seen it. But so they look like people right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have maybe an alternate form, something with wings?
Oh, well, no, I guess when we're on the home plane with Mistra, we don't necessarily have a form. When we're sent out as messengers, we take the form that is going to offend the least, not offend, but confuse the least, kind of a thing. So this is how we appear for you.
Oh, I see. If you were just a bunch of eyes and wings,
You don't
everyone
want
would be
that. It's
afraid.
horrible. Like, be not afraid. I hate it when I have to say that to the people and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're a monster," and you're like, "No, just a lot of eyeballs."
Well, you could find me in a manual with other monsters, but I wouldn't say,
But he turns to his friend and he says, "Oh, I gave him a name," and he says, "Ademus, if you were to approach a creature of the Beastlands, what could you?" And he's like, "Say no more," and kind of changes into this like really beautiful blue wolf, like a white wolf with
Oh,
like
wow.
kind of tips on the fur and stuff, and has a very celestial kind of look to it. And then he'll shape change back to
All right.
that, but it's not polymorph. Like this is a weird kind of shape change that you're seeing.
I'm not unsatisfied with that.
Well, I'm good. Yeah.
Let's so yeah, let's fill them in.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like I forgot, I'm Path of the Zealot, and I feel like as a warrior of the gods, I can probably determine that, that might have felt pretty, radiant. The healing. They're probably putting off some celestial energy that doesn't feel too terrible. So, all right, we can tell them everything. Maybe leave.
Nope. I mean,
we can't really have a sidebar.
No,
We can't really have a sidebar, so we can't really leave out.
All right,
just tell them
so
everything.
cards on the table. Here's all of the things that have happened to us thus far. And then I will tell.
A rod of 7 parts. That's amazing.
Right? I mean, so it all started back in this weird little town where our bird friend threw up and the vomit animated. It was wild. Anyway, we'll get rod of 7 parts, defeat Miska the Wolf Spider, blah blah blah. That's not important. Here we are. But basically, I'll fill them in on the fact, and then you guys obviously jump in if I miss anything here. That there apparently the rumor going around is that there's a dead god somewhere in the multiverse, and several parties are interested in finding this thing if it exists. The thought process is the Modrons are looking for it for Primus to achieve godhood. Other people are looking for it to prevent Primus from achieving godhood, but also probably to get something for themselves out of it. There is a group whose name I forget, the really chaotic people from, or maybe it wasn't them, but there's this group that's also looking, it's kind of personally after me for the blade that I carry because it's tied to some other rotting oracle situation. And that all we basically know is that Primus started the Modron march early, and the Modrons seem to be also completely unaware of why. They just are doing what they're told. Did I miss anything?
That's what Modrons do. They do what they're told.
Did I miss anything? I feel like
I don't think so. I got some major
I feel
stuff.
like that's a very good recap.
yeah, it's so we're currently following the Modrons just to see what we can see, really. And if we come across any of these other things, we are, I feel like, again, I can't speak for everybody here, but I do feel like we all agree that Primus potentially achieving godhood is probably not a great idea.
That would probably mess with the Pantheon.
Especially given the fact that he does have an army. No godly powers, but, an untiring, never-ending army at his disposal at any point. Throw in godly powers on top of that, I feel like that's a recipe for just bad things to happen.
Well, a dead god is an important location or artifact indeed. So I can definitely see why people would be rushing out to find that. If the Modrons are there to find a dead god, to particularly use it for some ritual to elevate Primus to be a deity, but even finding it and using bits of its body to create artifacts, and I mean, it could be terrible. Like
Also alarming.
yes, and the amount of secrets contained within that godly flesh are not meant for mortals. This is out of the ordinary for Primus, though. We feel like it almost feels like it is not Primus because he is extremely lawful, and although this might be a lawful path, i.e., I'm following the rules to attain godhood, he would not follow the rules to attain godhood by breaking the rules of the Modron March. There almost appears to be a third party that is somehow involved in this.
If only
But-
we had been able to get in to talk to Primus earlier, we could have
I
figured this.
know.
Well, we also.
Could somebody control Primus
Mm.
to make the Modrons march early? Could there be somebody powerful enough to make Primus start the march early to make it seem like it's all Primus's fault when really it's not them that want to become a god. It's somebody else.
Well, here's the thing. If you were trying to look for something in the multiverse, the Modrons and their Great March would be an excellent way to do that. And as far as can someone control Primus, I'm not sure. But I imagine another deity could do that if they were lawful or powerful enough. It's hard to say. But I will say that there have been some gods that have died recently. And one of the more alarming ones is, I don't know if you've heard of the deity Manzikorian. And as he says that, the other one kind of like, the other guy shuttles. They don't want to think about it.
Doesn't ring any bells for me. I'll also just throw out there, I believe someone also had said that they thought the Modrons might be looking for this to protect it or defend it or something. I feel like I remember someone saying something along those lines. But also, well, I'm not sure. I'm sure Mr. knows, but we also have this device that's able to pull information, or have the Mimir. I don't know if you're familiar, but the reason I bring it up is because one of the entries, it's basically a catalog of knowledge, for lack of a better term. It pulled information about a specific topic, but it was though that information was missing. We seem to have found that, and in other instances, seemingly things have just been erased from at least our collective memories, but we don't know that it was erased. It's just like there's static where there should be answers, perhaps. So.
Oh, and the connection to the abyss as well.
Yes.
What connection is that?
It appears some what were they? Lamasu. We're trying to look into the whole missing information thing, and it seemed that whatever or again, correct me if I'm wrong with this, but it seemed that whatever missing information had some connection to the abyss, at least in the specifics of it. So
That's very interesting, because how do you discover or uncover the information you don't know?
You're low. Yeah.
yeah. It might have been that they already had it, and it had sort of been what's the term?
No, I'm just thinking abstractly. Like that's a really head scratcher.
Oh, well,
They
so
might have realized they don't know something, or they're trying to figure it out.
It's one of those things where you write something down, you write like a keyword down, and then your memory is stripped of that information, but the word is still written on the wall, and you're like, what does that mean? Maybe there's something there, I don't know. And then there's this whole rotting oracle thing as well, which also has missing information regarding twin blades and whatnot. So there's a lot of, honestly, this feels very Rod of Seven Parts level of dire straits, as it were. So there's a lot going on, but it's nice to know that at least we have, hey, at least we're considered experts by a deity in this. That's kind of cool.
Oh, it's very cool.
Right? I mean, like, if we're going to be picked out by one, I feel like Mistro would be the one
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It's so cute how flattered you two are by this.
I'm just fangirling out.
Yes,
so much
yes, right, exactly.
I can tell it's adorable.
It's kind of
I
a
would
big
feel
deal.
the same way if, like, my god, like, made it seem
Oh,
like,
of
you're
course.
really important to me,
Mm.
No, well, I should tell you though that there was a deity that was killed fairly recently, before the march began.
Hmm.
It was Manzikorian, and the
Yes.
other one shudders again. It's the illithid god of secret knowledge.
Oh no.
We don't interact with them. He lives on a lower plane of evil and chaos and terribleness. But potentially this deity had all the knowledge that has been and ever was in itself. And I'm putting things together here, Mistra as well, which is why we're here following the Modrons. If you wanted to know where something was or a bit of information,
Right.
or if you wanted to hide something, destroying that might have also brought about something. So,
Well, that just jogged my memory now that you say that, because the creatures we were assaulted in Tradegate, and I've been questioning one of the group that attacked us via a soul cage spell. By the way, I still have one
that's what
question.
that is, and he like points
Yeah.
right. He can see it immediately.
I was going to say, so I had, by the way, if you're interested in questioning, I assume you have the ability to do that. There's one question left, but they actually mentioned that if we wanted to get the missing information or more information about this whole missing set of blades, rotting oracle situation, they specifically mentioned the illithid god of knowledge. They mentioned that that would be the place to get that information. So it seems that whoever was attacking us, they're also the ones. They know of this. They brought this up, so that triggered my memory as that as well.
Yes, I don't. That you can't do that now.
Well, yes, apparently not.
And Mistra is worried because what can kill a deity can kill other deities, and
Sure.
this could be catastrophic for gods across the multiverse.
And no one knows how Manzikorian died.
No,
I mean, I
Alarming. Also alarming.
was gonna say, it also might be one of those things like maybe they did know, but now they don't. Because maybe if they can kill these gods, maybe they have the power to wipe that information from other people too.
So, if we found Manzikorium's remains, could we sort of get any information out of them?
that's a good question. Unfortunately, that would be where most likely his remains would be in Gehenna, which is not somewhere that we can go.
I want to go there either, really.
Oh, it's the Dark Souls of Plains.
I know it is.
Actually, Lex really wants to go to Gehenna. It's like one of my faves, but
Oh, God. Yeah.
I don't think a shifter would probably be like, it's hot, it's very steamy, there's a lot of smoke, so it's gonna sting your eyes, make you choke all the time. It's just not pleasant.
Right. It's like,
Do you feel that way being around me?
No, dear, you're wonderful.
like pandemonium all over again.
It's like pandemonium. If one person is giving off a little bit of a sear, that's hot in a literal and metaphorical sense. But if everything is, it's just too much.
I see your point.
It's like too much chocolate cake, you know?
There is a limit.
There's a limit.
If that's where this journey takes us, I'll go, but it doesn't sound fun.
Well, not that I'm asking for any I'm not asking for any personal reasons, but is this the ability to kill a god doesn't seem like something that obviously is all. I mean, I assume deities can kill other deities. That seems to make sense in my brain, but is there like a weapon or an artifact that a mortal or somebody maybe a little bit more than that can use? Is there like a knowledge base of like, these are the god killing weapons are these ones here that can do the thing?
Oh, yes. Well, I haven't fully watched Thor 4 to really understand that. I imagine that you would not only need a powerful weapon that could kill a god, but a powerful entity behind it to kill a god. But you are correct. Gods do die. There obviously are the like corpses of gods, and gods attack other gods and things like that. But for it to be completely unknown to all of us, so that we can't ward ourselves, or for a creature to go to Gehenna, a creature to go to say Bytopia. We don't know if they're here or not. A creature to go to Mechanus and take out something there. The way the planes work is we are lawful, goodly creatures. If I leave this place, I become weaker and weaker and weaker the more I am away from my alignment on the Great Wheel. And that is eternally what keeps angels from invading the lower planes and keeps demons and devils from invading the upper planes. There's a balance to everything. Something is able to bypass that and upset the balance from Mistress' perspective. And it has something to do with these Modrons.
Could something in theory that is fully and completely neutral, is there something powerful enough to do that?
I imagine if you're powerful enough and neutral and you can, then the planes anywhere would affect you neutrally. But the only creature I could think of is the Lady of Pain, and she doesn't leave Sigil. She is Sigil. And any creature, the closer you get to the tower at the center of the Outlands, the less and less power you have. So all us creatures stay far, far away from there. Just then you hear like a rustling outside, and they kind of and the door like bursts open, and there's a monodrone that was left behind, but he is completely black with like a big bloodshot eye instead of their usual gold stuff. And he just comes running straight in at you, screaming, just like loud, terrible Modron noises. And he's gonna attack you guys.
All right.
I just have this image in my head of him running at Lagwin, just cutting him in half immediately, and us being like, well, back to what we were saying.
Well, and it is just a monodrone. We're not going to roll initiative. You could easily restrain him. You could cut him down instantly.
I'm not going to cut him down. I recognize this situation. Like, also, I feel like, I want to try to restrain this Modron. I don't know how. I mean, I could do it with magic, but Nyx is also here. So just grab it.
Him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want this is too coincidental to be like we're here having this conversation and then like spooky black Modron attacks us. There are questions I have. So yeah.
Nyx, do you grab the Modron?
Yes, I'll grab the Modron.
Grab the Modron. Lightsaber in hand. The angels look like they're on edge, the celestial beings. You kind of wrestle it. You can easily overpower it. It's really struggling against you. And then all of a sudden, it goes limp. It makes a sigh. And you see the whole thing kind of evaporate. Not unlike the weird evaporating, or not evaporating, but like disintegrating creatures that you fought earlier that seem to like turn to ash and wisp away. And this thing does a similar thing. Nothing that you did caused this, but it was struggling and then it just died and went away. And the two celestials of Mistra kind of look at that and say, well, that's not what usually happens, right?
Well, that's a thing, by the way. We fought several of these creatures that seem to be reanimated. Oh, there was a necromancer thing. Does anybody remember what I'm talking about? We had some information about a necromancer, perhaps. I was at PAX Unplugged, so I had no notebook, so I don't remember personally.
They were the ones who were like in league with the people trying to assassinate Lagwin, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they several of them seem to basically be raised and are doing this almost like some sort of necromantic minions, and they die and turn to this ash. We've seen several of these, a variety of different entities like this. Oh, crap. Son of a bitch, what the hell was their name?
Thinking about the Tacharum?
Yeah, but they had told us that there was like a necromancer when I questioned the guy specifically. The Tacharum were the group. Say it again?
Is it the Dustman?
Maybe. I'm just trying to think, because like we figured out that it was basically like these entities are being raised as though necromantic minions, and that all of their souls go back to her, whoever it was, when they die, if you recall.
Oh yeah.
Kieran Sally.
Yes, Kieran Sally. So I will bring that up to the Mistrans. Kieran Sally is the one who's apparently been raising these creatures, and their souls all go back to her or something.
Well, she's the drow goddess of
Yes,
death, necromancy and what have you.
So she's involved in this somehow.
She might be involved, yes.
Well, these things that have been attacking us, this is probably the third or fourth different creature that's come at us that is raised in such a way that they die and their power goes back to her, and as they turn to ash when defeated. We've experienced this on multiple occasions with a variety of creatures. So she's already a goddess, though, so it's not like, I mean, let me ask you this. Would a god who has already established divinity in some form, would they be interested potentially in the body of a dead god, especially one who is a god of death, the necromancer? Would this be something she could use to her advantage?
I would imagine that if I was a necromancer that could raise dead bodies, and I had the dead body of a god, that could make you very powerful.
All right, well, no, I wouldn't consider that off the table either, then.
Interesting. We all remember her, though. It's not as if that's lost knowledge.
No, but she's clearly at work amongst this grander plan in some way, whether it's completely solitary to the larger overarching business, or she's making moves, is my point.
Correct. This is a very large chessboard now that we're speaking to you.
Yes, it's all sorts of dimensions.
Now you can see why we've just been following the Modrons and seeing what happens.
We're experts. We've been gathering information, and we are at your, and importantly, Mistra's disposal.
Well, wonderful to hear. Why don't you rest here for the night? We can catch up with the Modrons in the morning. And there's a knock on the door. Siren walks in. What did I miss? Camera fades away. And with that, we will end our evening of Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing to Ted's channel and helping me out on Patreon and all that stuff, keeping games like this going. It's really, really awesome. We like playing. It's super cool. Let's go around and say hi to our people. We'll start with Shifter and that face. Lex, how are you? How did you like tonight's game?
Oh, what a dramatic set piece we had for combat this game. It was good. Yeah, gosh. Hey, I'm Lex. You want to find my stuff? Go over to twitter.com while it lasts. Search for Dank Dungeons. If you go over to my profile on there, you can find a link tree that contains wonderful links that link to all the things I do. So I got games I've written, I've got game supplements I've written, I got music I've written, all sorts of stuff. You can check them out. So
Fantastic.
please do. I'd appreciate it. Oh, actually, also, because next session I think this won't be the case, but it is right now, so I'm going to talk about it. If you go over to itch.io and see the front page of that website, you will notice there is a big sale going on for a winter bundle. My game is among those in the bundle, so check it out. You can get, I think, like 5 really awesome indie RPGs for just $10, and my game Azag is among them. So yeah, give it a look.
Yeah. Up next, Nyx.
Hi, I'm
Rachel.
Nyx or Rachel. You can find me on Twitter at Rachel's Mess with the DML instead of an S. My streaming schedule is posted there. I play D&D on the internet 3 times a week with my friends. You saw me here tomorrow morning. Nope, not tomorrow. Today's Thursday. Saturday morning now. I have to change that because the game that was Monday is now Saturday mornings on game nights. It's 2 G's and nights with a K on Twitch. And then I'm on LB's game. She wasn't here tonight. Siren. LB runs a game that I play in on Sundays on her Twitch channel. And that's it. That's me. I'm never flying again.
Nyx will stay on the ground. My name is Jordan with a silent PH in the middle, and I make videos on stuff, and I run this game, and it's a lot of fun. This is not sponsored by any means, but I wanted to let people know that there's a really good, speaking of sales, there's a really good Humble Bundle right now that has a lot of Dungeon Crawl Classic stuff for super cheap, and you get a whole bunch of PDFs if you go to Humble Bundle. But today they also released a Free League bundle. So you can get like Vaesen, which I think is an amazing game, and Forbidden Lands, which is the fantasy version of that system, which is also a really fun game. So worth checking out. Lots of fun. Ted.
Hi.
Welcome. What'd you think of tonight?
I had a blast. It was a wonderful reprieve from all the things we're going to talk about when this stream ends. So yeah, my name's Ted. I run this channel. It's Nerd Immersion. I do all sorts of videos and things for Dungeons and Dragons and whatnot on the internet. Pretty excited because 2023 is right around the corner, and there's going to be some interesting games happening that I'll be involved in, or ones that I'm going to be running on this channel. We'll talk about it probably more next week, but there's a game that I'm playing with Lex, which is super fun, that'll be coming out on Saturdays, which is pretty exciting. It's Ghostbusters. That'll be fun. I'm working on getting my Power Rangers RPG game up off the ground in 2023, so that'll be fun as well. And I'm working on getting an Alien RPG game off the ground that the folks at Free Leagues have sent me a bunch of the stuff, and I get to play in it, which is also exciting. And we're going to try using Alchemy for it, because Alchemy has the Free League stuff. So Alchemy RPG, I'll do a video on that soon about like...
VTT, or...
It's a VTT that's not a VTT. They're big. They were pushing so hard to not call themselves a VTT for a long time, because they were an experiential storytelling system or something. But basically, they basically resigned and are like, okay, you can call us a VTT. We'll add maps now to the system. But anyway, they actually have a bunch of the Free League stuff on there, and they have like soundscapes and stuff built into it for Alien.
I saw them at Gen Con. Yeah,
they were there, yeah, and they just recently got Free League, like the whole Free League system in there. So we're gonna try to use that to play it, because it should have like sound effects and stuff tied to the different adventures in it. So it's like built just for Alien, so it should be really fun. And it's cool because it actually does have like a spectator mode in Alchemy too, if you have it. So you can like watch like here, like you would watch a stream like this, but if you have Alchemy, you can actually go into like the session and watch the game in it to see all of the roles and all of the things all built in, which is pretty cool. More to come on that in the coming weeks. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next week.